Hello, everybody, and welcome back to YouTube, Twitch, and PowerWash Simulator 2. Um, we've got the new Caldera Chronicles mission that we're going to be undertaking today, because the IonPudge is unavailable to continue on the Star Wars DLC at this moment. But that should be back Sunday, I believe. So we'll get into the Caldera Chronicles. I am going to have to pop away, unfortunately, in about a half an hour for hopefully not very long. But stay tuned for that. I'll see if I can put up some sort of temporary be right back screen that I don't have ready on OBS, which is great, you know. But we're not going to let that bring us down. We're going to get some work done here. Okay. So, new job in the Caldera Chronicles, the bowling alley. Hi, Soki Doki. Welcome to Fumarole. Now that we've got all our funding back, we're free to do more than chop wood and pump out gas all day. Who knew? First up in our cultural regen program is our once legendary Pin City Bowling Alley. It hasn't opened its doors since 1986 when something weird went down and its owner suddenly and mysteriously shut up shop. Don't worry, there's no ghosts or weird stuff in there that we know of. Uh, hmm. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I hope we're fine. Uh, there's my triple barrel. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. Can I? Oh. Oh. Oh, that was close. Oh. That's a strike, baby. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. On Twitch, drop a follow. Hope you're liking the copyright-free music that I've been employing for the last couple PowerWash streams. Did you get in okay, Soki? Yeah, I did. We knew we'd given you the right bunch of keys, but we didn't expect to be so many on the ring. Big Lebowski, Big Lebowski. Trophies. Alright, so everything's kind of sectioned off as it is anyway. So just like with most of our interior jobs, we'll break it down into sections and cover it all. Lobby hanging light done. Okay, let's just work on this roof. Y'all know how I feel about doing the roofs. Roofs. Ceilings. Ceilings is probably the most accurate. So let's get her done. Had to be done. Wonder how generous it's going to be for the ceiling here. I will admit that the music that's currently playing is a little more fitting for the Star Wars one. I just didn't see the need to change it. Because we'll be back in that Star Wars DLC real soon. The AT-AT is the next job, which is pretty hype. Okay. Let's tackle the entry floor here. Our little entry alcove will be finished up right there. Okay, so it's path and floor into separate things. I think I see the divider. So we'll do the floor part first, I guess. Just an arbitrary distinction at this point. Okay, getting under there is gonna suck. We'll do the best we can with our radial tool and figure out the rest of it. Okay. Cooper Rogers. Hey y'all, there's a fancy PowerWash van outside Pin City. You think this means what I hope it means? If it means I'm cleaning the bowling alley, you're right. That is being decontaminated. My cousins used to break in there, and trust me, that place is nasty. Surely you weren't part of the break-ins, right? No, you donut. It's reopening. It is being decontaminated, though. Donut is a top-tier name-calling. It's funny enough that most people wouldn't get mad at it, but it also expresses the emotion behind the name-calling so perfectly. Calling someone a donut. Top tier, really. Truly special. Yeah, it's always the underside of these tables. Could use the radial tool on the top here, but I don't see the need. Sneaking around. There's the table. The chair. Low-key, these chairs, like, terrible back support, but they look pretty comfy, honestly. I would sit in it. The cushion's a separate piece now. Good. We like to see that. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Alright, there's the lobby floor. Don't have to worry about anything else there. Okay, is that all the stools? That's all the bar stools. We are happy to see this. Alright. Look at that. You walk in and it's clean right to there. Beautiful. Well, let's do it how they would have done it when they actually come in. Their next zone would be the reception zone. How do we want to tackle it? So we'll do everything outside of the reception zone first. We'll start with the roof, I guess. Yeah. PowerWash 3 will introduce the ability to move furniture around, with the added gameplay mechanic that you then have to remember where it was and put it back. This is a theory, not a confirmation. I don't know for sure. I'm just thinking what new mechanics they could add in. And that's one that came to mind. So this ceiling goes all the way to there. That's fine. I don't mind. It'll look nice and crisp when it's done. But that trim will save till we're in the... until we're doing this area. It's all about that lobby ceiling. Winners. Beautiful. Alright, now we'll do the wall. Just kind of work our way down here. I think that's everything for that wall. And we pick it up at this wall. Hop. That's gonna have to do it unless it gets real persnickety. So the lockers is one giant solid piece. For reasons I don't know. That's not usually how they design these levels, but it is for this one. They just didn't want to give me the serotonins of bidda-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding after every door. Have to keep me engaged, you know. We're making good time for now. When I get called away, it is definitely going to slow us down, but for now, we're making very good time. We'll do reception more thoroughly in a minute. For now, it's all about that wall. All right. Very nice. let's get the front-facing part of reception done. That while we're here. And let's get this side of the counter done. You got prices for the bowling? No, okay. There used to be a bowling alley right by my house. Like maybe 5 minutes down the road. It did not survive COVID. Not that I was ever like the most avid bowler, but it was a fun thing to do. I was never very good at it though. I do pretty alright at most sports. And I wasn't the worst bowler ever, but I was like an average 100-point scorer around. Which is by no means good. But it's also certainly not the worst, at least in the groups I played with. But then you got the pros scoring the big 3 hundos, and it's like, wow. I think the best round of my life was a 120, if I remember correctly. Which is far above my personal average. Again, not good in the grand scheme, but... Okay, what did I miss? There it is. Now we got these stools, but we'll do the floor first. We'll tackle the paths once we're done in the lobbies. That's how we'll broach this subject, I suppose. For no reason other than just what I decided just now, so that's what we're doing. I do really like PowerWash Sim. The streams and videos, they never do the best out of the things that I make and release, but it's very relaxing. It's got a soft place in my heart. Special place, I suppose, is a better way to put that than whatever the heck I just said. But you know what I mean. I hope. Special place in my heart. It's relaxing. I don't need to use a ton of brain power. It's great for talking to chat. So I can just be set on a path here and look over and read a comment and continue cleaning. Which is super handy. It's very, very nice. With my luck, though, people are going to start filtering in as I'm called away, and they'll think it's just dead air. At least there's chill music playing that I can't hear, but hope it's still playing. And hope the volume's good. Almost through here. $25% of the way through the job. We're currently averaging a percentage a minute, which is kind of fun. That was very generous, I thank you. But yeah, it's like percentage a minute is very good pace. but we know it ain't gonna last, so. Didn't even give me the divider pins, alright. There's the divider pins. Now give me the countertop, thank you. Or bar table, sorry. Take that down to there. Clean up that. There we go. Bowling ball cabinet. Now we do these chairs. And now we do reception. Again, kicking off with the ceiling. I need to do slower passes there. I probably left a lot of drag marks. But maybe it'll be nice to me. It was extremely nice to me. You love to see that. Or at least I do. Give me that column while we're here. Thank you. Let's see what we can get done for here. Ooh, they're separate. Ooh. Oh, the shoes are into pairs. I don't like the implication here. Okay, is that all of them? Did I get all the shoes? Or is it split into reception? Reception, shoes, reception, bowling shoes, 28, 28, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Was a little worried about it. Wonderful. Alright, now this should be getting all of the items and the counter. And the door. Okay, the computer didn't pop. I don't believe the computer has popped yet. That should be it for there. Let's finish up the floor. I'll have to probably take my normal washer to the corners there. I missed quite a bit. But we'll see what it gives me. Okay, I will be right back. Okay. Not entirely sure how much time we lost, but we lost some time. But we're here now. We got work to do. So let's go ahead and get back to it. Now that that's off my plate, for the moment, I feel a lot better about it. Alright, that's reception. Get this path done here. If pincers are open, let's get the hype going. Favorite memories, go. That went over well. I've had messages sent out like that in a group chat that didn't go very well. You feel so dumb when nobody engages. I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Especially when it's not even like a bad joke or something. It's just like, hey, what's your favorite memory of this thing? That's rough. That's rough. Alrighty. Oh, restroom. Oh, hello, Nomi. I think you know what we're gonna do to the gnome. We gonna put him right there. Think fast, Nomi. Oh, deflected by Nomi. Whoa. Strikes all around. What happened to Nomi? Oh, he's down there. we killed a Nomi. Backrooms lighting, you hear that? Oh, there should be a Backrooms PowerWash Sim collab. That would be hype. That would legitimately rock so hard. Not quite as hard as the Star Wars, but harder than the Tomb Raider. And the Tomb Raider one was great. Okay, let's get the front of the food court ceiling done. And let's start working on the walls. Perfect. Then this wall. This little half wall here. Not even a half wall, really. It's just a column, but there, it's done. Preview the food court wall there. Initial touch-up. And then the bins. Missed that. So it looks like I'm going to have to fire down the chute as well. If I can land it. There we go. And another bin. Is this food court big enough to warrant having 2 bins? I mean, like, it's not like the worst thing ever to have multiple garbage flights, but they're like side by side, and it wouldn't hold many people. I don't know what else you would put there. Maybe like, I don't know, vending machine or something, but Slurpee machine. ATM. Ooh, an ATM would probably be pretty nice to have in a bowling alley. People who need to do so to play, to bowl. I'm just talking nonsense now. But the bots are in Twitch chat, so, you know, that's something to look forward to. It's funny when the bots come in with, like, advertisement for best AI viewers. It's like, why would I want that? They're not real viewers. They don't matter. And you can get in a fair bit of trouble for botting, too. At least, officially, you can get into trouble. Who knows what Twitch chooses to and doesn't choose to enforce either way, but... regardless, the risk is there. There's the divider. Whoops. Favorite memory, without a doubt, is the checked higher shoes. I swapped in my sneakers for a pair and walked out with them still on. My sneakers were getting old anyways. FWIW? What? I don't even know what that would mean. FWIW. If anyone in chat knows what that means. If I remember, I'll look it up after, but I probably won't remember. FWIW. Someone had the jelly over here. I've got the elegant hops. Alright, the floor. We'll do the path last as we head into the main alley. Seems like the job is pretty evenly split. When all's said and done, the lobby entry zone is probably 50% of the job. I see some spots I'll definitely have to take the normal washer too. I say normal when it's the max level triple barreled bazooka blaster or whatever it's called. Yeah, there's a few zones that I'll have to touch up for sure. Unless it wants to be real generous. It was very generous, thank you. Okay. The food court ceiling. Super generous, thank you. Alright. Popcorn machine at a bowling alley. Buttery fingers and a bowling ball? I don't know, I feel like serving popcorn at a bowling alley may not be the wisest decision I've ever heard. But then what do I know? I don't run a bowling alley, so... What? I gotta get that slot too? Okay, it wasn't that bad. Stop complaining. Oh, it had a slushy machine anyway. Pretty nice one, too. What are we drinking? We got strawberry, banana, mango, pineapple, grape, lemon, blueberry, strawberry, and passion fruit, starfruit. I'm probably going either banana, watermelon, or strawberry, blueberry, lemon. What's the angle on that one? It's the outside. Is that it for the slushy machine? It looks like it. I see that. Oh, wait. There we go. Coffee. Truly a must-have for any sort of venue that has adults frequent it. They need coffee. Goodness, I wish coffee would keep me awake. It sounds like it's very helpful for when you're extremely tired. It just unfortunately doesn't have that effect on me. I drink it because I like it, but yeah, it doesn't wake me up at all. That does also mean I can drink it any time, though, which is, I suppose, an advantage that others won't have with it. Wait, so all the food court offers is popcorn, slushies, and coffee? Yeah, I think when you reopen, you might need to improve your food amenities here. Like, I don't know, maybe like fries, milkshakes, pop. You gotta have pop. Whatever made the purple, well, it must have been slushy, not jelly. That's probably the blueberry one, actually. Or the grape. It was something grape. Pineapple grape? Which sounds like a weird combo to me, but it might be good. Grape flavored things don't usually mix with other things because it's such a unique and powerful flavor, but maybe the like acidity punch of the pineapple really is something special. Now I'm kind of want to try that one, honestly. Okay. We get the path going in, and then we're into the alley proper. All good stuff, all good stuff. And then I find out at the end I missed something back there. We'll see. The game is pretty. I like the lighting. The lighting package, as it were. Not quite wide enough. Oh, but it gave it to me. Nice. So not quite 50%, but real quite close. Okay, well. How shall we do this one? We'll take the ceilings down to the split off. And I guess we'll do the floor to the split off as well. And then we'll do the lanes last. But we'll start... let's start with the ceiling. Let's get it going. There's like this trim. Mona Labruski just asked hubby for his favorite Pin City memory. He says the night it closed down, says it was wild what went down. Yeah, I can tell. I got that impression. Now that's more like it. Out with it, girl. Obviously a reference to the Big Lebowski. Or at least I believe that's what they're going for. He can tell you himself. Hold on, adding him to the group chat. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest star, Jeff Bridges. If I had Jeff Bridges on a live stream, I think I would probably blow up at that point. That would be like next level viral attention. Jeff Bridges in a tiny live stream. I am very interested to hear what Jeff Bridges has to say, though. Mostly because I'm a pretty big fan of Jeff Bridges. Both he and Kurt Russell exist in the same spot of my brain. So much so that there are times where I have to pause like, okay, was that Kurt Russell or Jeff Bridges in that role? They're both so talented, though, and I don't know why they exist in the same spot, but they really do. My favorite Jeff Bridges role is Kevin Flynn in Tron. And all subsequent appearances in Tron Legacy and Tron Ares. I'm a very big fan of Tron as a franchise. Some days it feels like I'm the only one in the world who is. I saw those box office numbers for Ares. The favorite Kurt Russell role I have a lot harder time with. Because, like, he's so good as Ego in Guardians 2. Guardians 2, if you want to be specific. But he's also really good as Leland Shaw in Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Those two immediately come to mind. And I've seen him in quite a few other things, too. If you've seen Miracle, about the Olympic hockey USA and Russia, the Miracle on Ice. It might have been called Miracle on Ice, actually, but he's... I shoved the ball back down. He's very, very good as the coach, Herb, in that one. I'm probably going to go with Ego for favorite Kurt Russell role that I've seen. And, like, Jeff Bridges has a ton of good ones, too, like Obadiah Stane, of course. But for me, it's pretty easy that it's Kevin Flynn. Just because I had a harder time picking Kurt Russell's doesn't mean anything. Just that Kurt Russell's best are closer to me than Jeff Bridges' best is all that is. I've put them about the same caliber of actor. So we'll nicely skirt the stripe here. Tackle the stripe when we tackle the lanes. This wall. Now that we know how far this goes, let's start in this corner. Okay, very nice. Heard all you dudes want to hear my Pin City saga. I'll see if I can dig out the gray jelly. It's been a while. Caldera Cup Championship night, 1986. Everyone was there. DeMarcus was going for 5 in a row, unprecedented, but I was running hot, so was Omar, Velaz, and Josephine. Promised to be a heck of a night. I am sure it did. Stay tuned for the next edition of this story. I think DeMarcus is a reference. I've not seen Big Lebowski, let me establish that, but I think DeMarcus is a reference to John Turturro's character in that movie. And obviously Big Lebowski, Big Lebowski. The dude. I know a lot about movies even if I haven't seen them. It's a talent of mine. Yeah, let's keep going on bench seating for a bit. It's a pretty satisfying job. This one doesn't seem to have any special tricks to it either, just a nice job in general. Which I'm fine with. That's all good. The Star Wars one will have the gimmicks for us when we're back into that. Whenever, you know, the IonPudge is ready to continue. I'm gonna have to touch up the cushion on this one for sure. It's not even a cushion, it is just a seat. Alrighty, let's get these tables and area displays. Let's get these little buggers. That's what they look like, little buggers. Look like something you would see at old style Epcot Center. I'd assume your problem's on this side, yep. Man, my phone is getting all sorts of stuff happening with it tonight. Not even today, this morning. None of it pertaining to me, of course. It's all group chat, family stuff. At least not pertaining to me yet. I would prefer no further interruptions this stream, because we're on pace to getting this done in one. Which is nice. I like to have that option. By the way, if you need to reset a lane, there are bowling pin buttons on top of the cabinets. So not more of Lebowski or Lebrowski's story. But there are bowling button. Strike. Oh. Can I get strikes on everything if I just go super quick and just... Well, that's pretty neat. Cool. Alright, up to this point it's clear. Ah, execute order 66. Find a Jedi and shoot. 66% is the joke I was making, by the way. Don't worry about that. It's a big roof. I don't like doing roof, ceiling, whatever. I think I probably have to say ceiling's my least favorite, but then I also don't like roof sometimes because the angles can just be not fun. I thought something was happening on the screen, but it was just the runoff of my water. Man, hitting that angle was just like golden for that screen. Barely any effort. Oh. Alright. Shed a little light on the subject, shall we? Wonder how many times I've made that joke in the PowerWash streams. Even though it's not an uncommon line necessarily, it's actually, for me, I'm quoting a not very popular or positively remembered Disney film called Meet the Robinsons. It was the trailer for it, actually. The trailer opens with the villain saying, or, you know, who you're supposed to think is the villain, "How about we shed a little light on the subject?" Yes, please save me more stories. Early rounds went as you'd expect, but then everyone became aware of this kid who'd turned up. What was his name? Can't remember, but it sounded kind of stuck up. Jake Crust, something like that. Anyway, he could spin a ball like no one had ever seen. I mean, out of the hand it looked terrible, but then the spin suddenly kicked in and that was it. Pins were down. He's using the force. Literally the physics force. Ha ha ha. I'm so funny. Why don't I have a million billion subscribers? Insert this joke. Right, I never did the floor of this spot. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it after. Kind of in this zone now of getting done the ceiling. I say as I do something that is decidedly not the ceiling. Well, this should finish the ceiling portion of our journey here today, which I'm pretty happy about. Very good. Alright, we'll bring the walls down. We'll go around the stripe. Then we'll bring the stripe up. And then we'll bring those down. Then we'll whip out, well, then we'll do these. Then we'll whip out the radial. And we'll finish the job. That's our battle plan. I definitely went too fast here. It says I'm missing a fair bit. It's the stripe in the wall. Oh, this is the same as the wall. The wall's like in between all of it. Alright, we'll just do it in one go then. This side, then the other side. But then Velas started watching him, like really watching him. He noticed that during every blow this kid tapped wrist just before the mad spin started. Intrigue. So Velas goes over and to ask what's up with his special ball, and the kid turns full bananas. Wide-eyed panda grin comes over his face, he laughs out loud like supervillain, only really awkward. Please, go on. Ah, the stripes were all separate constructs as well, I see. Well then, we might as well work our way around if we're just doing it all in one pop. Oh, it bevels outwards. Didn't even notice. Do you do a spare? No. No, you don't. Just thought I'd check. It's about to there, it would seem. So as far as I can reach. It'd been cool if the lanes had, like, slippery physics, that I'd be, like, sliding, like, walking on ice almost. That would have been a nice attention to detail. But then this hasn't been, greased up in a while, or oiled up, or lubed up, or whatever they use to make it so slick. Alright, ball retrieval. Ignore my gun to find physics there. Let's go ahead and load them up. In the clean one. So we don't have to worry about it. It actually slows me down quite a bit, the bowling ball. Like even sprinting, that just slows me right down. Nice attention to detail, I suppose. Hup. Oh, there's one hidden in the gullet. Dang it. Dang it. There we go. Look at that. All in one. Alright. Now the actual alley. Plus some dividers, of course. And the gutters. Yeah, we got our work cut out for us here. It's a full 11% of the job is just doing this. There's Nomi. Family Guy death posed back there. So DeMarcus goes to rush the kid, right? But before he can get there, the kid lets out one of those ninja smoke bombs. Then, like some kind of human squid, he was gone. He had an escape plan. Credit where credit's due. The next day, the doors were closed. Rumor was that this kid had parents in high places, got shut down out of spite. Or perhaps the kid was the phantom of the bowling alley. Wow. Bowl once again with me. Looks like the dividers are going to need some extra attention when I'm done. Which is fine, just a little inconvenient. Gonna ruin my roll unless it decides to be polite and generous. Now we work up this side. And come down this side. And we do it again. And knock a ball down the retrieval. Make sure I touch up back there. And now we keep on trucking. Aim well and hold W. That's the part of the game we're at here. Oh yeah, it's gonna need some attention for sure. Look at that. That's unfortunate. There's one alley. Well, lane. The alley's the whole thing, I guess. This should be second lane if I measured it right. Which is, 50-50. But I don't think I've missed. I think the line's good. Yep, line's good. Now it's gutter time. Oh, I missed a chunk there. I looked away from the screen. That's gonna come back to haunt me. We'll see what it does to the dividers on our next pass, because that's kind of the big question mark, is how much more attention are the dividers going to need. I'm going to wager pretty high attention, but we'll see. Ooh, it's going haywire. Gotta love it when it does that. In what universe do you think this is what I want you to do right now? Goodness me. Yeah, the dividers are going to need a lot of special attention. The radial tool is revolting. Nope, 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 nope. Come back, come back. See if I could keep that angle. That's not too bad. But it desires to be free is the problem. When we come up this side. Maybe it'll work out alright. Maybe. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Ah, it didn't pop the divider, yeah. No, we're sunk. Someone was in chat for like an hour and didn't say anything. I'm saying it now because YouTube says they're gone. I hope you enjoyed, random dude. You don't have to chat to watch a live stream. Hope you had fun. There's that gutter. And that gutter. Now we work on this bowling lane. As it slowly pincer maneuvers itself into oblivion. Clean oblivion, mind you. Reverse PowerWash Simulator. The game is to make a place as dirty as possible. Ah, I didn't miss anything. It is just the separators and gutters. Which means I did a very nice job on this job. Boom. Let's see it. Hey, Soki, just heard from 1986, it wants its bowling alley back, but it can't have it. This place looks incredible. Because it's turned out so inexplicably well preserved, we'll reopen with an all-new Caldera cup. Hopefully see you there. Let's hope that tech kid doesn't show up, although I guess he must be in his 50s by now, so I reckon we could catch him this time. It's that billionaire fella, isn't it? There it is. Half of the Caldera Chronicles, all that are available, mind you. And yeah, you're still lined up to go with the AT-AT. Perfect. One last bout. Strike. Good. I'm happy with that. Boom. A nice and easy stream, a one and done right there in the bowling alley. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube and drop a follow on Twitch. And I'll see you in the next video, which is tomorrow. And the next stream is planned for Sunday at 9 p.m. EST, where the IonPudge and I will be tackling the next part of the Star Wars DLC for PowerWash Sim 2. Until then, everybody, have a good day. Bye-bye!